It has been a number of years since the Knicks did as well as they are doing or generated the buzz that they are generating, but Paul Pierce steals the opening tip and it goes in for the left-handed layup. Felt long on the three, rebound Pierce. Pierce steps into a three and he's off to a good start tonight. Good test here for Fields trying to defend Paul Pierce. Nice feed, Davis, count it.
I tell you what, Paul Pierce is fired up to be playing this game tonight. Started off with the steal off the jump ball, looking to isolate and make plays. That time finding Glenn Davis all by himself, puts him in position to knock down the hoop and get the foul.
Pierce knocks it down from the elbow.
Early in the game, they were giving him everything. Threes, Stoudemire. Now at least it just has to be a Stoudemire contested too.
Paul Pierce fouled on the dunk attempt and he'll shoot a couple. Pierce on the drive again, splits a couple of defenders and lays it in. Garnett the screen. Pierce with three to shoot. Driving in, tough one.
At some point, you got to make the proper adjustment because this Celtic team has increased their defense.
Pierce fading away, tough shot over Gallinari. What do you guys think this game means to the Knicks? They have won 8 in a row, 13 of 14, but now with the Boston tonight, Miami Friday. It's a long season, 82 games, but is this one a significant game? Is it that much bigger than your average game as Pierce knocks down a three?
Well, I think there's significance from a continued confidence standpoint.
Erden lays it in, the assist to Pierce. Pierce off to a wide-open Garnett who slams it home to make it a 4-point game.
Why do we give other people second chances, but we're not going to give the Salalosis of the world as Pierce knocks it in a second chance?
There's a price to pay, my friend.
Got a second-and-a-half difference, game clock and shot clock. Pierce over a double team, draws the foul. Look at Gallinari. Can't finish. Follow no good. Rebound Davis. Gallinari's got 13 points tonight. All of them in the second half. Just picked up a foul. Rondo, a sweet feed to Paul Pierce. 1-point game again. Pierce and a foul. Landry Fields had to come over and help after Pierce blew by Gallinari. Felton. Boston ball. Felton down injured behind the play. Nobody guarding Rondo. The kick to Pierce. Allen wide open. The Celtics with their first lead since the first quarter. Gallinari looking for the contact. Scoops it up and in. High game.
And there's no secret. Paul Pierce is getting the basketball.
Here it comes. Felton on him right now. Garnett the screen. Pierce driving on Stoudemire. The jumper. Yes! With 0.4 of a second left.
And good defense. Amari Stoudemire caught on a switch to step back, excuse me, dribble, and then he gets a look. We talked about it. Does not matter the length, the size. He has a knack of using that upper body strength. Nate Robinson, fortunately, fine after jumping over Pierce, but how about the outstanding execution by the Celtics and Paul Pierce? Again, a proven scorer, embracing the moment.
Stoudemire for the win. Will it count? Will it count?
And that's just not even close.
Yeah, you're right. There's the light right at the scores table. The red light you can see going on. The PA announcer just telling the crowd the basket does not count. The Celtics have won the game. Paul Pierce is at center court right now, bowing to the crowd, savoring what appears to be a Celtics win. Well, you guys said before the game there's no rivalry. Did they plant a seed tonight?
There's no rivalry. Please.
What a great game, though.
Take us through the last play and what you were looking to get off that screen and roll high.
Usually it's a screen and roll with me and Kevin. We knew we'd get the switch. And coach just said, bring us home. You know, I'm already stepped up. I thought I had the drive. I got some space and got to my sweet spot.
The Knicks matched you shot for shot tonight. At the end of the basketball game, you did that lap where you take that home run. Are you single-handedly trying to incite the rivalry you said did not exist?
Hey, You know, you guys call it what you want, but, you know, the Knicks have arrived, and they're going to be a team to reckon with in the division, and that was a sign of it tonight.
Without the interior guys that you're missing, no Jermaine, no Shaquille, you guys continue to win games. How are you doing it, Paul?
Just will. You know, this team knows how to win. We got a lot of experience, and we just find different ways every night. You know, we don't know who we're going to suit up every night, you know, based on the injuries, but we just try to find a way based on our defense and just gut these wins out.
Doesn't seem to matter. Congratulations, Dan.
Game 1 tip-off finally seconds away. We're set to go for the championship with the Lakers and the Celtics. There's the officiating crew, the veteran Dick Bavetta, the crew chief. As we're underway, as we said moments ago, the Beat LA chants started about an hour ago. Pierce has Radmanovich on him. That's an interesting matchup. Radmanovich falls behind, and Pierce with a nice move to the basket.
And Pierce's ball handling ability, particularly running pick and roll, has improved dramatically from when he first came into the NBA.
Pierce blocked, but a foul. Turiaf rejected it. He's raising his hand. He doesn't want the foul call on Gasol.
Guys, you heard Doc Rivers say that his team did not close out either quarter, but he did acknowledge to me it hurt them that Paul Pierce was not on the floor. His biggest concern, though, that they're allowing too many uncontested shots, guarding shots with their arms down. Mike, he said that's not like us, and he said the Lakers are getting into their offense before the Celtics can set their defense. Let's see if that changes here early.
Now, Michelle, Pierce scoring 3 points in the first half. That's not like them either. He had 3 fouls, played less than 16 minutes, but he scores right away here in the third as Odom misfires. Ray Allen the rebound. As much as Garnett has been the key, Paul Pierce, according to Phil Jackson, is still the heart and soul. Draws the foul, banks it in, and one. Paul Pierce with a chance for a 4-point play.
And here's what you love about it, Mike. Inside-out attack. Gets the ball to Garnett, sets up the defense, and then step back. Gets the contact from Radmanovich. Knocks down the basket. It's late, but the bank is open, and Paul Pierce feeling it early in the third.
Pierce had 3 points in the first half. He has 5 points in the first 45 seconds of the second half. Ryan averaging 5.5 assists per game. In the playoffs, it's almost 6. He said his role has changed on this team. He doesn't have to score 35 a game anymore for them to win. Meanwhile, Garnett continues to dominate. Sol said he was re-energized after going from Memphis, one of the worst teams in the NBA, to going to the Lakers. The #1 seed in the West this year. Kobe Bryant knocks it down. Beautiful move. And he's got 16. And down on the floor for the Lakers is Paul Pierce. Eddie Lacerte, their longtime head athletic trainer, quickly out there to check on him. Didn't see, he was in the midst of that crowd, exactly what happened. He looks in some pain. You see, he took a shot from his own teammate, Perkins. Right arm swung around and knocked Pierce down. He's hurting right now. Celtic fans holding their breaths here in Boston. Certainly not the sight the Celtics and their fans want to see. Paul Pierce in a lot of pain, had to be carried off. Then they put him in the wheelchair as he's going back to the locker room. Obviously in a lot of pain, can't walk off on his own power. It appears to be the right leg, and it happened in this play in a collision with Kendrick Perkins. Now watch as Bryant drives to the basket. Perkins comes down, and it looks like Perkins lands on Pierce's leg or his foot. And Pierce's leg appeared to get kind of stuck, and sometimes it can twist there. He also came down with the right arm, but it's definitely the right leg. And everybody here in Boston now holding their breath, hoping that Pierce was shaken up. He lay for a while on the floor and then had to be carried off, could not put any weight on it. They brought him in the back, put him on the wheelchair, and now obviously being examined. Michelle Tafoya is back there, and as soon as we get an update, we'll pass it along. Let's get the first update from Michelle.
Paul Pierce did go into the locker room. He asked to stand on his own power. The doctors were trying to discourage him from doing that. They were saying, look, don't do it. But then he said, let me try it. Let me try it. So he did finally put weight on both legs as he walked back into the locker room. They're taking a look at it now. Danny Ainge, the general manager, back there with him, and we'll have more for you when we can. Mike?
And I expected my prop from you guys. I got Vujicic's name right, even though I almost stumbled mid-sentence.
We didn't want to jinx you. We want to keep it going. We're not satisfied with one time.
You've done 20 Laker games.
And I've had 20 different pronunciations, unfortunately.
We are proud of you. I'm proud of the fact that you didn't go with Sasha.
Yeah. It's been everything from Vujanic to Vujasic.
This is the sight that the Celtics fans want to see. And hear the ovation as he comes hopping out of the tunnel. P.J. Brown won't go. Rondo nearly tips it in. And Pierce returning with some energy. Fisher on the pull-up. Garnett, the rebound, his 8th of the game. All of a sudden, light back in the building. Pierce ready to check back into the game as we check in with Michelle.
Well, standing back there at the locker room when Paul Pierce came out was a pretty dramatic moment. He was followed out into the hallway by Danny Ainge, the general manager. Ainge told me that it is a sprained knee. You can see that sleeve on Pierce's right knee. He's going to give it a try, guys. Meanwhile, Kendrick Perkins remains in the locker room.
All right, Michelle, and Pierce is going to come back in. Pierce has been a very durable player throughout his career, with the exception of last season during that disastrous year, when he had a host of injuries, and now this huge ovation as their captain and leading scorer returns. And we get a timeout. Pierce has waited a long time to get to the NBA Finals. He's going to make sure he gets back on the floor. Paul Pierce, 11 points, but back on the floor after injuring his right knee on this play. He went back to the locker room. And Jeff, I asked you as a coach, what do you do with a team that's deflated when their captain, leading scorer, is hurt and has to be carried off? Well, this is what Doc Rivers said in his huddle right after the injury.
What did the guy from South Africa say about adversity? All right? Nothing can get you down, okay? This is what we're talking about, adversity. You overcome it. We're the better team, we overcome it, all right? Nothing stops us. That's why we play 12 guys, all right? Let's beat this team.
At that point, they only had 10 guys because Pierce and Perkins were back in the locker room. Pierce has since returned. Perkins was still waiting for him to return. Odom with 5 on the shot clock. Drives, reverse, blocked by P.J. Brown. Rondo to Pierce. Pierce for 3. Bang! Celtics back up by 1.
Outstanding read by Rondo in transition. That's how you run the point guard spot. Finds Pierce, spotted up.
Pierce playing with a sprained knee. Gasol to the basket. Misses. Garnett right there to reject it. Rondo back to Pierce. Another 3. Puts it in. Back-to-back three-pointers for Paul Pierce. This crowd has absolutely erupted here in the third as Pierce just picks up another foul, and that's going to be number 4. Shot clock down to 7. Pierce back in the game, shoots over Fisher, knocks it down. 20 for Pierce.
Here's what I love about that. You cannot allow to close out a ball game. Vujicic or Fisher to defend Paul Pierce. The ball has to find him. It did, and he punished the small defense.
Vujicic. And Pierce the rebound, a loose ball foul call against the Lakers. Now they're in the penalty. Pierce has played his entire career here in Boston. And even he thought maybe this summer he was done with the Celtics, thought he might be traded. In fact, during the summer, playing pickup games in LA with Kobe Bryant, the two of them joked about who would be traded first. They both thought that they were going to go to another team. They're both very happy that it never happened, as you see the scratch there.
That's great camera work.
Yes, it is. Pierce hits it again. This equals the largest lead of the game, 90-82, with just over 3.5 remaining. Chance of defense for the best defensive team in the NBA. Bryant looking. Excellent defense from Pierce. Bryant short. P.J. Brown, another big play. Rondo on the drive. Kicks it back out. Posey for three. Back of the rim. Garnett on the slam. Follow. 8-point lead for the Celtics.
But because of the penetration by Rondo, the defense collapsed, allows second shot opportunity, and KG with a big putback.
The Lakers just can't hit shots here in the fourth quarter. Miss another one. 5 of 20 in the fourth quarter. The Celtic defense tremendous down the stretch. Celtics take game one. The story for the Celtics. Paul Pierce coming back from the knee injury. The huge third quarter. And he gets his first NBA Finals victory. He's with Michelle.
All right, Mike, thank you, Paul. You got carried off. You came back and hit 2 threes right away. What was going on in your mind through the course of that whole injury?
When I came down, I heard my knee pop, and I just thought I tore it or something. It was hurting really bad on the ground. I know I sprained it. It's sore right now, but you know, when I got in the back, I could put weight on it, and I could change direction. So I said, hey, I'm gonna get out there. I need to be out here. It's the finals, and I need to be here for my team. And, you know, I just sucked it up and pushed it. So I'm going to see how I feel tonight, tomorrow, and go from there.
Getting this game one win, we know how important that is, but the way that you guys won it, what do you guys take away from this emotionally, mentally?
Well, we got to get off the better starts, understand what they're trying to do, but it's the first time we're playing. We're going to get used to them. I thought we did a great job on Kobe and the rest of these guys, and these guys are good offensively, so we're going to have to, some way, somehow, cut down the open shots and defend better in the first half, and we'll be good.
Paul, thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
Mike?
Back live inside the TD Garden, just about set to go. Let's check out tonight's starting lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Here are the changes in the lineup. Jason Terry's back in a starting role in the backcourt along with Rajon Rondo, Pierce, Garnett at the power forward spot, Jason Collins at the center as Doc Rivers continues to search and tweak to try to get this team above the 500 mark where they are right now. Pierce gets a step and gets fouled. Under 10 now on the shot clock. Pierce, everything but the basket, but gets a late whistle and will get to the line. Pierce for three. Some of the people ahead of Paul Pierce on that all-time list. Jason Terry, actually, as Pierce drains another one. Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, Chauncey Billups, Jason Kidd, and Peja Stojakovic. Walt, that was halfway down. Pierce with the miss. Pierce gets in the paint, and Waiters will be called for the grab, and that's going to get us a timeout. Waiters to beat the shot clock, not even close. Rebound taken down by Pierce. Kyrie Irving is back on the floor over the top to Garnett. Rondo, nice find, and Pierce knocks down a three.
Once again, Rondo penetrating and made that a real problem for the Cavalier defense.
Hey, Mike, talked to assistant coach Tyronn Lue just a few minutes ago, and he told me defensively when Kevin came back in the game in that second quarter is really where they made their mark. They went on that little run.
Pierce comes right back and gets 3 of his own. He's perfect tonight from deep, 4 for 4, and has 20 points in 18 minutes. Pierce trying to work on G. Zeller comes to help, but too late.
Well, I mean, 3 guys came at Pierce. You'd think he got a little disturbed when he was shooting over 3 guys.
Garnett comes up with the steal. Big night for Pierce, that's for sure. Celtics are 6 for 6 in this quarter. Nice play.
That was a perfect pass.
Yeah, it was. That was too.
That looked like a yo-yo pass,
Didn't it?
you know?
Yeah.
Wing!
Irving, no. Rebound Bass. Rondo again on the run. Irving back. Kicks it to Pierce for another 3. Pierce is 5 for 5 shooting 3. Oh. 6 for 6. Jason Terry gets it off and knocks it down.
Nice play.
Pierce, pull-up jumper. Oh, what a night Paul Pierce is having. 11 of 13. Another steal by Pierce. Got Terry with him. Couldn't quite handle the pass, but keeps possession. Pierce taking it to the basket. The fall away goes. 38 and counting for Pierce.
Stay aggressive.
Paul Pierce.
Now, chalk this one up for Paul Pierce. I'm going to tell you.
He's got 40.
Comes off the pick. They stop him, backs him in.
Also from the Celtics, number 8, Jeff Green, replaces number 34.
Standing O for Paul Pierce. 40 points. 13 of 16 from the field. 6 of 7 from deep. 8 of 8 at the line. 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block shot.
When his competitive juices start to flow, watch out. He's terrific.
And the winning streak at home continues. Tough 24 hours for the Celtics. Playing Chicago last night. Little aircraft trouble. Had to fly back to Boston today around 2:30 this afternoon. Got into Hanscom. Just came right to the building and played a pretty good basketball game.
Brings it out to Fisher, and his pass is thrown and intercepted. Telegraphed the pass. Pierce made the interception. He's in the front court. Nice pass. Underneath, they score an easy deuce.
And I'm really not sure what to expect. I do expect to go out and play hard.
We missed a basket, ladies and gentlemen. Palacio brings it out in front, and they get the ball over here to Pierce. Pierce shoots over Fox after a one-bounce dribble and hits a 20-footer, and Pierce has got 4 points. The only guy for them with more than 2. Pierce is a very fluid basketball player. Stops off the dribble. Another 20-footer, that's good. He ate Shaw up that time. Pierce takes the dribble right. He's underneath. It'll count. Basket's good. Oh, that's a good play, and he looks up into the stands and hollers. I imagine a lot of his family is here. He's a local lad.
Well,
wow,
again,
was that a nice
isolation play, and he just takes that first step and beats Devin immediately. Gets fouled. He's got a three-point opportunity. So Phil Jackson says, I'm going to put somebody quicker on him, see if I can stop that first step, as you don't average 24 points a game by accident.
Taken away and then knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Shaw. Good defensive hands by Paul Pierce. He's making a great showing as he returns here. 5:47 to play in the first half. Free throw good. Ball in the front court is bounced over to Pierce. Dribble drive. Beats his man underneath. Reverse layups. Beautiful as he was picked up quickly by Fisher. That's a good retreat by Fish defensively. Out to Pierce for 3, and he got it. Great play by Walker. Good shot. Rebound is off. He had plenty of time to catch it and go back up, but he didn't. Now the ball. Pierce, another 3 try, and he got it. They're trying to bury the Lakers right now. Out in front of Pierce. Comes in deep. Nice pass underneath. Slam dunk. Blount. Oh, what a nice pass by Pierce. Now the ball given off to Pierce. His 19-foot jumper, that's, hardly moved the net. It was so perfect. Now the pass underneath to Pierce. He's there. He's got it. And the Lakers didn't play very good defense. Here's a dribble drive. Slam dunk. They're going to allow it on a continuation. That's a long continuation, but I want to tell you, one of the greatest referees that ever blew a whistle made the call. I'll buy it. And that's Dick Bavetta.
Well, that's just, Paul Pierce at his best here. He takes Ryan Shaw straight to the rim, contact, count to hoop, 3-point opportunity as the Celtics open up a 3-point lead as Paul Pierce, the man who got them into this game in the first half, is about to take charge.
Tomorrow morning for Detroit. Play there 48 hours from now. Jump shot put up and in right in the face of George. It was Pierce knocking down his 33rd. Now the ball comes from Walker. Dribble drive around Ori. Underneath the score easily was Pierce. 1-0, outside jumper for 3. Put it up and in.
He's had a nice game other than free throws. Then they could hope for one free throw make, and then they could get another 3-point.
Made them both.
Now Tony Petit with it. Out high. Pierce. Pull-up jump from 18. That's a tough shot.
And didn't have much room, did he?
Armstrong gets it back in the corner. Back rims. And Petit has the board.
Best stroke I've seen of him lately, though. I mean, that was just a confident delivery.
Here's Pierce, spin move, nearly had it stolen. Now Anderson for the jump. He's got it. Todd McCullough, bank shot off target.
Just a little too deep maybe for that delivery. Nice look by Anderson.
And Martin fouls Paul Pierce. He went down hard. Heat behind the arc to shoot. No good.
A nice down screen by McCullough, giving the open look.
Nothing but green jerseys on the defensive glass. And the Celtics are a good rebounding team. On the top 5 in the league. Pierce, long range, 3, drains it.
When they get healthy, don't they quickly?
Here's Jefferson. Pull up in traffic, got it blocked, but he got it back. Van Horn's been working on that a little more this season because he knows he's going to get the ball on the run quite a bit. What to do with it when he gets it, that's the question. Pierce knows what to do with it. Knocks down a 3.
Make the catch harder. Make it deeper on the floor and then challenge.
Paul Pierce goes to the goal, and he draws a whistle. Now it'll be Boston ball, a chance for them to get back within 6 if they can hit a 3. Walker goes over the defense. Nice look to Paul Pierce, and the Celtics are right back in it, down by 7. Joe Johnson's been quiet here this afternoon, the rookie.
And see, Pierce knows he can elevate over Lucius Harris there, the plumb bob. So you really got to get up and under him.
Antoine Walker, big man charging down court, deals to Pierce, jump stop, stripped, and a whistle by Jess Kersey. It's 1-on-4, and it's stolen by the Celtics. And they got a man. It's Paul Pierce.
See if they can force him to the middle.
Harris. Wow. Quick jump shot for a deuce. Here's Pierce way behind the arc. Drains it for 3.
Timeout, Byron.
Here's Pierce. Puts it up off balance. It went in and out and in.
Tough. Just breaks you down, breaks you down.
Pierce off the dribble, driving. Didn't get it to go, but he's going to get 2 free throws. Under 2 minutes remaining. Here's Kittles. Driving, in traffic, blocked by Pierce. McCullough came down with it, and there's going to be a jump ball.
There's that containment with the dribble.
Pierce up fakes, driving hard, in traffic, and a foul call. Carey driving. Bank shot is no good, and Eric Williams had the rebound, so Nets didn't get a good one there.
No.
The Celtics can take the lead. Kenny Anderson's been coming off that pick. Pierce for 3. Got it!
Kill it.
Big shot from Paul Pierce, and the Celtics lead by 2. Jason Kidd, contact. Van Horn got the rebound and put it up.
They had plenty of time, too. I think Jason Kidd thought it was much deeper.
Anderson and Kidd. Driving on Kidd. Anderson off balance. Banked it in.
Wow. Timeout.
Paul Pierce has been a one-man wrecking crew. 9 of 13 in the second half alone. He's been to the free throw line double-digit times. He's got 33 in the second half alone. Goes to Kittles. Now it's Van Horn in the corner. He got fouled. That might be 3 free throws. And Van Horn swishes it. No timeout for the Celtics. Here's Pierce on Martin. He'll pull up from anywhere. Here it is. 3-pointer. Pierce, no good. And the Nets have forced overtime on 2 Van Horn free throws.
No place to go. Why not on a Saturday afternoon?
Here's Pierce on Kittles. All alone. Shoots a jumper. Goes in, out, and in. Kittles working hard, but Pierce has it. Shooting over Carey, and he's got that one. Drained it cleanly. That's a tough shot. Tony Battie. Pierce, now Martin back on him. This time he shoots again long range, and he's got that one. Wow. That's a 3-point field goal. Pierce on his back in front of the Nets bench has given the Celtics a 7-point lead. Mike Crispino and Bill Raftery in New Jersey this afternoon. We're in overtime. Nets have missed all 4 of their field goals. The Celtics have made 3, all by this man.
Very similar. Same position, same spot. This time it's Kittles able to rattle it and still knock it down. Same spot. Kittles again. And again, unerring. This one, nothing but nylon. And then they put a bigger guy on him. Kenyon Martin, who deflects, forces him a little bit deeper. And look at the challenge. And oh my goodness, they're going to have to change the Nets. He has just been outstanding.
Pierce double teamed on Martin, beats him, throws up a wild shot, and he's going to go to the line. Pierce with a hard drive to the basket, earns a couple of free throws, and Paul Pierce has got 44 points, tying a career high. Van Horn with a miss at regulation, McCullough 2, and Jefferson steps in. 2 points at halftime. 43-44 in the second half. Here's Kidd, pull-up shot, no good. Loose ball, Nets have it. Kittles is waiting for it. Kidd shoots it. It's loose again, and finally the Celtics have it. and they are 10.5 away from beating the Nets in New Jersey. Nets led by 14 at halftime, seemingly in control, and then Paul Pierce went to work.
When it counted, he was there, and the matchup dilemma he presented.
And Jason Kidd and the Nets, who were 6-1 at home, about to go down for the second time as the Celtics come up with a rebound and leave New Jersey a jubilant bunch. They've beaten the Nets 8 of the last 9 times and have evened the season series at 1 apiece. They gave it to Paul Pierce, and Paul Pierce made it happen. A career high this afternoon for the Celtics.
I guess it sort of reminds you like college, going to the NCAA tournament, you know, where it's one game, and if you lose, you're out. If you win, you keep playing. So, you know, everything's on the line tonight, and, you know, I expect this to be ready. I haven't played in a pressure-filled game like this in my whole career to date. But, you know, it's obviously something that I'm going to enjoy.
And this is what Paul Pierce has done in this very emotional series so far. 76ers +1 in rebounding.
Both of these teams seem very up right now. They've got to calm down a little bit to hit their stride.
Comes Anderson over to Walker, swings it to Pierce after setting a screen against Coleman. Paul Pierce down the lane.
The referee then becomes offended by it.
An outside shot. It's put in by Paul Pierce, who's got 10. A two-man game with Walker. The single coverage of Harper. Pierce. 12 points for Pierce. 8 to shoot. Paul Pierce is on fire.
Well, you have one of the greatest players in the league today and one of the greatest coaches. You got to find a way to get along.
Paul Pierce has been just as hot as Allen Iverson.
Every time the 76ers have been able to shoot, they've been able to get in and get an easy basket on the Celtics defensive board.
It's Pierce, guarded by Blount. And back to him, McKee, shot clock at 5. Under 7 to play. Paul Pierce. Every chamber is filled for Paul Pierce.
Right here, splits the double team all the way to the basket. So the next time he goes to the basket, he gets hammered.
Paul Pierce, Walter McCarty, and Antoine Walker. It's Paul Pierce again.
This is unbelievable. And Pierce has just been on fire. There's no way he can keep it up.
What?
For the whole game.
What do you know? Mesmerizing performance by Paul Pierce. 29 first half points. It's a one-game winner-take-all. Game 5. The Celtics and the Sixers.
This is what you dream for. This is what you practiced all the time in your backyard as a little kid for these types of games.
John, you played him as well with Boston.
Yeah, I enjoyed it much more when I was coaching as well.
Let's swing it over to Craig Sager.
Well, Paul, 29 points in the first half. You told me before the game you watched Jason Kidd and Reggie Miller last night. What inspiration did you get from that game?
Well, I'm not ready to go home yet. You know, this has been an emotional series, 2 great teams, and we're going to give it all we got. We're going to leave it on the court tonight.
Nice record to have, most points by a Celtic in a 5-game series, but it's not going to mean much if you don't win the game. What do you have to do in the second half?
Just keep our focus, keep our intensity up, keep our defense. I think is got stronger, a lot better in the second half, and rebound the ball and run, and we can win it.
A great half. Let's go back to Kevin.
It's Pierce, scoreless in the second half, 29 in the first. Rodney Rogers. Shot clock at 3. Pierce, double team. Mainly to the key. Finally he hits. Paul Pierce with 31.
The 76ers to extend their defense and put a little pressure on him. But this is the guy that you got to keep cool. You can't let him do this. Because he's going to pick it out.
A big-time 3 by Paul Pierce. He's got a playoff career high 34. Snow putting his way inside.
Walker brought the ball up against their pressure. They got a lot of guys that can put the ball on the floor that makes it difficult to press them.
Oh, what a threat. Pierce.
Push off. He got away with the Michael Jordan right arm right there. Harper playing intense defense. Big shot.
The Philadelphia 76ers have their biggest deficit tonight. They've got their biggest deficit of the series. They're down 97-79. Was that the dagger thrown by Pierce of Boston?
tonight they're getting a lot of contribution from a lot of people. Oh, my goodness. The Pearson's 46 points is they've only had 3 turnovers.
Definitely not the same team.
Patrick Kahn is a rookie from Okalasa Water. The Boston Celtics will advance to the second round. Let's go to Craig Sager.
A terrific game, a fabulous playoff atmosphere. You guys have been together for 5 years. What took you so long to get in the playoffs?
Well, you know, we got to take our baby steps. You know, just 1 year at a time. It's just about coming together, getting the right pieces together, and now we're here.
29 points by Paul at intermission. Danny Ainge showed a telestrator in the third quarter. All 5 players keying on him. Then you and your teammates score the next 21. What did you feel you had to do?
Well, I was 1 for 15 the whole series. You know, a lot of people say I wasn't stepping up in the fourth quarter, but you always got to remember we got 2 all-stars in this team. Paul's the number 1 guy, I'm the number 2 guy. So I felt in the fourth quarter I had to take some shots, and I just stepped up tonight. He carried us the first half, and I just wanted to be there in the fourth quarter.
You mentioned the 2 all-stars, the all-MVP voting and also the all-teams. You get third team, you just get additional votes. Did that bother you guys?
No, he deserved it. He played great this season. He played big in the fourth quarter, and he's a scorer. But we're a 2-headed monster. You ever think it's a 1-head team, I'm going to be there to stomp on you. So we're getting ready for the second round now. But it's a 2. We don't care about no. I don't need no individual awards. This is more gratifying to me right now, getting out the first round.
They demolished an old rival tonight.
You know, it's so sweet. You know, Philly has been a tough team. They Eastern Conference champs, and for us to come out here and beat them in the first round says a lot of how far this team has come.
Well, we all enjoyed watching you. Look forward to seeing you in the next round.
Thank you very much.
Kevin?
Bright NBA lights on this Wednesday evening shine on the TD Bank North Garden here, the hub of New England, Boston, Massachusetts, high above North Station. Welcome everybody on FSN Ohio as tonight the Cavaliers hit the finale before the All-Star break as they come in to see Doc Rivers and the Boston Celtics. Well, the other night, LeBron James on Tony Parker. Tonight he's on Paul Pierce. LeBron got shut off. Come to raise up with that jumper that's right there as Pierce was able to shut him off baseline, but LeBron dropped the jumper over the top of it. James to unload, got it. LeBron starts 2 for 2. Cavaliers off sharp here in the legendary filled Garden. Well, how about LeBron James? He backed down Paul Pierce right inside that restricted zone in the classic post-up and easily finished over the top +1. Pierce will launch and lace the jumper. Pierce off the whirl. Paul Pierce, that's a very special move. James face up on Pierce. LeBron to raise and ring that baby up again as LeBron James is shooting it so well. 5 quick ones as Pierce, standing all by himself, will deposit that baseline jumper. Pierce now put LeBron in that rocket chair again and will drill another jumper. LeBron loaded up again, and I mean he is in a real fluid flow, sweet stroking jumpers all over Boston. 11 for LeBron. Paul Pierce, baseline hard to thump that down. James going backdoor, and LeBron went off that glass. Is a good look from up top from Drew Gooden. Well, you know Pierce tried to feel it. Pick roll for Ryan Gomes, who rocked that rim again.
This is one of those things I can do what you can do, because LeBron James was on the feed and he kept receiving it at 1. But Paul Pierce came back and said, oh yeah, watch my assist ability.
Damon Jones to launch that triple and lace that 3. LeBron with that head fake on Wally Zerbiak and dropping another jumper, ripping cord here in the Garden. See that very subtle head fake you put on Zerbiak as Pierce will connect on that twisting jumper of his. Real good point the other night about Sasha Pavlovich in his first step on the defensive end as Pierce put Pavlovich in the deep freeze and then crushed that on him. But Sasha defensively, it's a lot about footwork, isn't it?
It's all about footwork for Sasha.
LeBron to unload the jumper and stick it. LeBron has got 18, that 8 of 14 for the floor, 4 boards. James off the step. LeBron will squeeze off another jumper that goes.
Paul Pierce to the basket, blocked from behind and out of bounds. It'll stay Boston ball. Pierce, that one is blocked from behind. Pierce lost it, 1 of the 2. James to the basket. Tough shot. I don't know what to do about that. Say nice shot and move on. 24 for James, 57-54 Cavs by 3. Gomes sets a nice pick on James, and Pierce buries the jumper. Mike Gorman, Tom Hansen, Greg Dickerson, another good one from the TD Bank North Garden. LeBron has got 27, leads 4. Graham tried to take it to the basket. Delonte West comes up with his 7th rebound. Hard push, great pass. What a pass!
And Kid can't play point guard.
Pierce to the basket.
Look how nice Serbiak gets it to Paul Pierce.
Pierce will stop and go to the basket again, and the foul.
I'll tell you, that all happened because Serbiak advanced the ball with the pass.
Pierce fakes the 3. Down to 5 in the shot clock. To the basket again. Get it to Pierce. James is there. Pierce, tough shot.
Let's see greatness in action. Yeah, I'm telling you, little back away. Got LeBron backing up. Here's LeBron's answer. I mean, it almost touched the flags. Good drive, power move by Paul Pierce here. And there is LeBron, who just uses his muscle to get that one to go. And here's Pierce, mismatch, taking advantage of it. LeBron taking advantage of the quickness mismatch, and Pierce powers that one. LeBron finesses that one. And watch Pierce here with the spin move. This has been something really to watch.
James, no rebound. Serbiak. Delonte did a great job blocking out. Half-court pass to Pierce. Pierce, great move. And then got fouled. What a good move with the dribble by Pierce to open up a lane to the hoop. Pierce. Pierce. Pierce again.
Oh, he just waltzed right through that defense.
Celtics by 2. Tie game. Pierce keeps the dribble alive. Back to James. And a blocking foul is called on Delonte. Delonte into Pierce. 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 Pierce is fouled by LeBron. He's going to get a couple free throws. There's one. This for the tie. Buries it. It'll be Snow. Throws it up. Knocked away by Olowokandi. We're going to overtime.
LeBron James isolated and backing down Pierce. LeBron will step in the paint and delivers that short rainbow jumper that went. Pierce got it to fall. Well, it's either James or Ilgauskas. One of them's gone. Well, the Cavaliers just cannot find the method to stop Paul Pierce. James heading to the rack and got bumped on the way in, and that's a second team foul on Boston. James heading to the rack. LeBron's going to the free throw line.
I got to fight 18,000 fans and a score clock operator.
Pierce in a crowd. Wants it right back on the repos. Serbiak, that's a deep 2. That's a deep 2 with a foot on the line, and he stuck it. It's back to a 2-point game. Shot clock at 10. Pierce wheeling and dealing. Got it and one. Got it and one. Paul Pierce has 46 tonight. Looking for 47. That Pierce has tied it. He's got 47. If you don't like this, then you just haven't been with NBA basketball. James gave it up and got it back with 5 left. LeBron off the bounce. Got it on the window. It didn't go, and we're going to second overtime. Paul Pierce to raise and knock it out. He's got 49. Paul Pierce is just showing you why he is one of the deluxe offensive talents in this league. Eric Snow can't tie it up. Boston West has got to run out. You got to hammer him. James with the swat. Where did he come from? That's better than that. LeBron rejected Delonte West. I thought the Snow might want to put the clamp on him. Advantage here, Paul Pierce. Steps back. That one didn't drop. LeBron James has triple-doubled for the 8th time in his NBA career. 39 points, 10 boards, 10 assists. And LeBron off the Gooden pick. Gave it up to Drew. Finished that strong. Off glass. We're even at 106. Shot clock at 10. Pierce wants to get to the hole. Paul Pierce is going to the free throw line. Pierce looks to split the pair. He's got 50. Now Pierce, he's got 5 personal fouls, by the way. So does LeBron. And is that Pierce? He's done. Paul Pierce has just fouled out. Oh, what a hoop here would do for the Cavaliers. Can they find it? LeBron James turned the corner on Serbiak. Got that to fall with strength and power around the rack. Cavaliers by 4 with 26 seconds left. Timeout. Boston. LeBron's got 42. The 12 boards. The 11 assists. And he took Szczerbiak right to the rack to finish strong. Boston will go for the steal. They don't get it. They'll foul like they did right there. LeBron's got to connect here. He did it, and the Cavaliers lead is 3 with 18 seconds left. Jones backs off. West misses the 3. Game over in Boston. You can book this one to the Cavaliers. Wow, it took 58 minutes of at times gut-wrenching NBA basketball. LeBron James with his 8th career triple-double. He and the Cavaliers had enough. It was a test of perseverance, and the Cavaliers got it accomplished.
One of the best rivalries in all of sports for the 172nd time in a regular season game. It'll be the Celtics and Lakers going at it as they have been for the past 40 or 50 years. Szczerbiak is over on Bryant right now. Chris Mim comes up short on the turnaround. Pierce crosses over on Odom, takes it to the basket. The foul is going to be on Mim, who met him at the pass. Odom on Szczerbiak now. Pierce gets a step to the basket, takes it hard for 2 and a foul.
And the foul will be on Smush, my favorite name, Parker. Has allowed the Celtics really to get a little bit of chemistry going, particularly for Delonte West. I think this trip is very important for what he will ultimately have to do.
Pierce nets a little step away.
Yeah, and those two guys have got the best step-aways in the league.
Up ahead, Bryant. A deep 3 from Kobe.
Pounding his chest already. Watch out.
Bryant again. Another 3.
He's going to be in the scorer's lap before the night's out. I mean, he was out there.
Delonte right back at him. Rebound to Bryant.
This could be a shooting gallery tonight.
Cook says, why not? That's a 2. Here's a bump in the lane, and then Odom got a block from behind. Here comes Kobe in transition. Delonte awaiting him. Kobe backing his man down, finds Mim for 2. Lakers go back up 4, 17-13. Pierce, nice drive down the middle, throws it up off the glass, and Mim has picked up his 2nd foul. Kobe off the bounce. You say he just really enjoys playing here in Los Angeles. Some guys would see it as a lot of pressure to come home and play in front of your mom and local fans. Kobe gambled and lost. Pierce takes it right to Parker, goes 360 and got fouled. Celtics grab the lead back at 23-21. Bryant will get his initial trip to the line. Couldn't get the layup to get out. About a 5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Kobe, who didn't like the pass from Lewis, just looked back at him and gets 2 inside. The Celtics got him plenty of time here. 11 seconds on the final possession. Paul Pierce on the floor. Deflected by George. Pierce checks the clock now. Ball, little fall away goes. Rebounds are 17 apiece in the game. Bryant to the basket. And he's going to get himself to the free throw line. Tony Allen is called for that foul. That's his 2nd. Kobe is going to get a chance for a 3-point play. Wally now 2 for 5. Kobe deep. Rubs off Allen. And gets 2. Cook couldn't go inside to Bryant where he wanted to go. Now gets it to him. Bryant. Wow. Big time shot there by Kobe. He's got 22. Waits for French down the baseline. Finds Pierce underneath. And Paul gets 2. Good look by Rafe and good cut by Pierce. Tipped away by Delonte. Big time numbers for Boston here. Kobe is back. Gives it up to Tony Allen. And Tony gets 2.
Nice play by Pierce. Made Kobe. Kobe didn't want to pick up the foul and made Kobe turn his back.
Kobe skips it deep in the corner. Cook comes up firing and knocks down 3. Big shot by Cook off the feed from Bryant. Bryant picks up his 3rd assist. Kobe keeps on going with the left hand, gets 2. 24 first half points for Bryant on 8 of 13 shooting. Kobe off the bounce on a cut underneath. He's going to score the basket, and Delonte West is going to pick up the foul.
Now shot clock deep. Pierce all the way to the hole, hard to the hole. Big right hand from Paul Pierce. 2-point lead for the Lakers, boy. look of determination there.
Chris got over there a little late, really didn't elevate like he wanted it. Paid the price.
2-point lead for the Lakers. On the pick and roll, Pierce to his strong side again. Another layup and a foul. Lakers right now not out of the they're on the floor, but they're still in the locker room for some reason.
Well, their bodies are on the floor.
Right,
their minds are still in the locker room. Again, just a little change of direction and right back to the paint.
Pierce forced to his weak side. Sets up Ryan Gomes. Back on top is Boston.
Bryant looks like he wants to get to the hoop. George is covering Pierce right now. He's taking Bryant off. Pierce is fouled by George.
Watch this. Here comes Pierce, and watch the knee go right into Pierce's leg. Boom. And that'll hurt tomorrow. They'll need some ice tonight.
Comes right back to Pierce. Makes the shot. Celtics have the largest lead of the night, 71-63. Kobe shut off nicely by Pierce. Reach is looking for three. No, rebound. Bryant. The two. Kuriaf trying to go on the French in the crowd. That's to the side to Bryant. They'll make friends that way. And Kobe got fouled. They get it to Pierce, covered by George. George trying to get physical with Pierce. And Pierce is going to get to the free throw line. Celtics go back to Paul. He's got Bryant on him this time. Backs him down, spins away, gets two.
Boy, they were trying to double him coming to the middle, and he would have none of it. What a super play by Pierce.
27 now for Paul and Bryant. Wrapped up by Pierce. Bryant is chasing Serbiak right now. Pierce in traffic. Counted the foul. Big time shot.
Kobe's showing you some things. This is the finesse shot by Paul Pierce. Watch this. Draws the crowd and then goes underneath the defender.
Bryant. Score the basket and the foul. As the Lakers are making a run here. They were down 14. Now it's 9. Kobe makes it 7. 37 for Kobe. Double team comes from Odom. They swing it to West. Back out to Pierce. Sets his feet. Three.
Oh, that was terrific ball movement.
The French comes over to set a screen for Pierce. He spins the other way. Gets into the paint. Sends it to the corner. Delonte. Got it. 3-point field goal for Delonte West. He's 7 of 15, 17 points. Pierce is 6 on the clock. Pierce. Big shot.
Yeah, and George is just shaking his head now. He's been hawking Pierce.
36 for Paul. They go to Pierce with 11 to go. Pierce crosses over on Cook. Kicks it out. Delonte. Three. No two. Says Joe DeRosa. Had a foot on the line. Into the hands of Gomes. Looking for Pierce. Finds him. Spins away from George. Takes it to the basket. 2 more for Pierce. He's got 38 now. Bryant gives it up to Parker. Parker fakes the three. Takes it to the basket. 108-106.
He's just done about everything you would hope he would be able to do. That's a hand check, and this is a terrific fall away. Just when they needed it. Over it goes to Delonte, and there's Pierce lines up the three. All of these were crucial.
Little step-through move right there. Bounces off Odom for 2. All of this in the second half. Lovely little crossover move there to get through.
Yeah, and look at this. Foul move. That was earlier in the game.
110-106, 4-point game. Bryant. Green again doing a nice job. Bryant trying to step through and they bail him out. 19-12 the numbers for Gomes. Another 40-point night for Kobe. Green is going to cover Kobe. Kobe comes through in the baseline. They can't get it to him. Odom takes it to the basket. It goes and a foul is called. Tie game, 111. Boston uses their timeout. Celtics get it in the hands of Pierce. Bryant will be the defender. It'll be that matchup. Pierce. 8, 7, 6. Pierce off the bounce. Fouled by Bryant. Missed it. Rebound. Walton got it, but only 1.7 left. Won't. Looking. Loops it into Bryant. Bryant takes it. No! Boston wins! Paul Pierce comes back to L.A., matches Kobe Bryant, and the Celtics have won 3 on this West Coast road trip.
Welcome, everyone, to the sold-out Key Arena in downtown Seattle, Washington. Game 2 of our TNT NBA doubleheader, the return of former Sonic Ray Allen, as the Boston Celtics take on the Seattle Supersonics. And Kevin Garnett, a late arriving Kurt Thomas.
Well, Kevin Garnett actually had a better shot the first time. Boston is being so unselfish. Sometimes they're passing up shots. Kevin, it reminds me sometimes of an all-star game.
Here comes Watson. This is what Seattle wants to do. They want to run at Durant. Finishing at the other end, right into Ray Allen.
You said it. That's exactly when Seattle's at their best. They want to get this crowd behind them. A very electric crowd here tonight with Ray Allen coming back here for his first game. Here's Durant once again. He's starting to feel it. I think he was a little excited to start this game, playing against Kevin Garnett, who he idolized throughout his youth.
Paul Pierce out of Kansas. Multiple All-Star games, but not until this year, as he said, he's felt complete, like he's really got a chance. Into Durant with an easy 2, and he hits his first. He's 1 of 5.
Well, Paul Pierce is so strong, and Durant has to be very careful. He got a real cheap foul the first possession of the game. He can ill afford to get himself in foul trouble.
Look at the ball movement. It's Pierce outside for 3. He's now hit 2 in a row. That's the game's first 3-point shot. And Rondo out to Pierce. Calls it to a 3 and works it into Perkins, who has a close range shot. All but one starter are gone. That's Pierce, the lone starter, working on Green, and a foul go. It's Pierce into Durant, and Garnett works into Thomas. Rebounded by Delonte West. Ahead to Durant. Here he comes!
I like that because I think Garnett is a reluctant scorer, and you don't want to free up your three-point shooting just like that. The inside-outside with Pierce. Last night, the reason that Boston won that game, they were plus 27 points from the three-point line. You don't want Garnett to be able to get those shooters on the perimeter.
Durant, he knocks in a 3 and matches Pierce, who is coming out for the closeout on that shot. Double team, Durant, and a foul as he does a corkscrew move inside, and Paul Pierce was defending on the play, and Pierce picks up his first personal foul. Screen by Garnett. Over Thomas. Another 3, this time authored by Paul Pierce. And now that momentum does have a feel to it. Here is Durant from outside, and the Sonics had missed the last 4 up until that hit right there for 2 from Kevin Durant. Watson finds Wilkins. We said 1 of 4, missing a 3 right there. Rebound easily collected by Paul Pierce.
Well, Damian Wilkins is really lost a lot of confidence offensively. Pierce for that little foul line jump shot. But, I mean, Damian Wilkins in Atlanta this year in front of his uncle and his father had 41 points.
Wow. Seattle is 4 of 16 in the quarter. The runner by Durant. Count it, and a foul. Here's Posey. Pierce wide open. Serbiak slides by. Pierce has really caught fire in this third quarter. He's got a game-high 22 with Doug, 11 coming here in the third quarter. Here's Pierce with the drive as he bulldozes right into Durant, who goes down hard. And now there are 24 points on the board for Paul Pierce. Shot clock at 4. Look at the ball rotation. And over Posey, it's Kevin Durant.
He moved the ball a little bit better, and then Paul Pierce got hot there at the right time for them. The guy they're going to have to focus on right now is Eddie House spotting up to that 3.
Over West, put it down. It's Pierce from House. Paul Pierce has had a terrific second half, a game-high 26, and he's got 15, Doug, in the third and fourth quarters tonight. Ball seems to be moving better for Boston.
And they're getting higher shots. And yes. Notice, instead of isolation, the ball is moving and now getting over, and now Paul Pierce is in a much better rhythm offensively.
And here's the red-hot Pierce. Posey and power, that is the Boston 5. Over Durant. Paul Pierce is on fire with 30 points in a game high. 30 points for Pierce in 36 minutes. Here is Pierce with a long-distance 3 and a foul. Paul Pierce having a terrific game with a game-high 33 points tonight. That is a season high for Boston. Good screen by Garnett. Opened up the shot of 3 by Posey, defended by Thomas, and here comes Durant. This is over Pierce. It's a 2 for Kevin Durant.
The game looks easy for him, doesn't it? I mean,
smooth.
It's just smooth.
Here's the drive. Crowd is back into the game.
It's the effort we talked about. This PJ should be incredibly happy. His team is hanging in there.
West. There's a long shot by Kevin Garnett from outside.
You know, Eddie House signed with this team. James Posey was thinking about going elsewhere for more money. Eddie House, who had never talked to James Posey before, cold called him. They have the same agent.
I didn't see Danny Ainge here tonight, but I'm sure he was watching back in Boston. There's a drive by Tony Allen. And Danny, want to say happy holidays to you and your wonderful family. Durant, Wilcox, had he been here, would have had you, Doc, and Danny is TNT announcers at one time or another.
You broke us all in.
Yeah, I know. Well, not you. Hey, the Celtics, Doug, only had a season-low 5 turnovers.
Well, they took care of the ball. They did not shoot a high percentage, but Paul Pierce got hot at the right time. The bench came alive for Boston in the second half, and just too much firepower for Boston tonight in the fourth quarter.
Another sellout crowd in Boston. These fans have cheered their team on to a perfect 7-0 playoff record. And they're trying to make it another one to advance them to the conference finals. Kevin Garnett. And the Boston Celtics all tied up with LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, 3 games apiece.
And at the other forward, 6'8", from St. Vincent St. Mary's High School, number 23, LeBron James. And at the other forward, 6'7", from Kansas, the captain and the truth, number 34, Paul Pierce.
Watching Pierce and James as Pierce puts in the first one, watching these two big-time scorers defend each other has been a lot of fun because they both up their defense. As Pierce opens up exactly the way the Celtics would have loved, a couple of good jump shots early.
Well, one of the things that LeBron James has trouble with is screens on the ball. He's such a big body, it's hard to negotiate those screens as he knocks it in, which allows Pierce some separation.
Zerbiak now on Pierce on this possession. Garnett, good wide open shot. Boy, Garnett has been a monster on the boards in the first 4 minutes. Pierce hits a 3. Paul Pierce lighting it up to start. And the Celtics lead by 8. Shot clock winding down. Pierce badgering LeBron James, makes him take a bad shot, but Perkins touches it out of bounds. James looking to post up Pierce. Excellent defense from Pierce again, makes him take another difficult shot. James, tough move, won't go down. Ben Wallace can't grab it. Here comes Rondo. 3-on-2, Rondo to Pierce. Perfect timing on the pass. James, nice up and under move and able to get it to go. That's their first points in 5.5 minutes. James gets inside. Oh, beautiful power move from LeBron James.
Talk about his strength, the ability to go to the left hand, avoiding contact, and then finish at the rim.
And Randy Moss could appreciate this because this is how you defend a great receiver. Double team, high hands, contest, active. You talk about strength, communication. You got a bump on the line. Take a look at KG. Does a good job at bumping, and then Pierce continuing to follow, in position to contest the jump shot, making life tough. And most importantly, hands. Use those hands, the upper body strength, force him out of his comfort zone, fadeaway shots. Paul Pierce, a thing of beauty defense. James to the basket. Oh, a hard foul. Ray Allen hit him. Shot clock down to 6. Pierce, pretty play. Pierce is on the mark in the early going.
Well, it's the same mentality that we're talking about KG should have. Pierce realized I'm being guarded by Pavlovich one-on-one. Help doesn't come. I'm going to take this guy.
James on the drive. Posey stays with him. Oh, pretty shot, LeBron James. He's now 4 for 10 for the field. James drive blocked, but a foul.
He's going to need the supporting cast to begin to knock down shots. 13 points, 6 points for the rest of the team.
And he's getting to the line. Pierce gets inside. Pierce left-handed. Pierce getting it done early. 13 points.
His handle has been a lot sharper. Here, a very difficult split move, and then goes in and finishes with his left hand. Very good adjustment by Doc Rivers, putting him in a pick and roll. And frankly, I didn't know he was this efficient running the pick and roll.
Pierce steps back for 3. Gets it to go. Hits the front of the rim and goes forward. 16 first half points for Pierce, and we still have over 7.5 minutes to play.
And if I'm Doc Rivers, I keep the ball in the hands of Paul Pierce. It's not just his scoring, he's making the right decision.
Speaking of that, LeBron James, that's a 2 as his foot was on the line. Pierce will go to the line for 2 more. Nice feed. Perkins inside. Paul Pierce doing a little bit of everything. Yeah, that's why you don't need a real point guard on the floor, because Paul Pierce has the basketball in his hands and he's making great decisions. Pierce, good defense that time from James. We said earlier, it's been one of the lowest scoring playoff series in NBA history. That's continuing. James to the basket. Verjao making an 8-point deficit. Garnett. Pierce wide open 3. Bang! Damon Jones back in again. With Verjao, West, Pavlovich, and James, as Jeff said, a very small lineup right now. James inside, count it, and a foul. When you see him make plays like that, it's like you feel he can do that every single time. He's so powerful.
You talk about strength and ability and high IQ.
Pierce again on the drive. Takes his time. Pierce. And a late whistle, but a foul. Posey with the help. Good ball denial. Stolen by Pierce. Pierce to the basket. Foul again as he goes crashing into one of the cameramen, and he's shaken up on the play. James inside, and he's fouled.
People, do not adjust your TV sets. It's just smoky. It has nothing to do with Paul Pierce being on fire. He got it off a pull-up, then he ran the pick and roll to perfection here. Another mid-range J. Again, stringing out Ilgauskas. LeBron James has a little trouble negotiating the screen and gets a fortunate bounce. And then this, a very improved Paul Pierce, ball handling wise. Sees the hard show, splits the show, takes it to the rim, and finishes with his left hand. 26 points in the first half.
He tweaked an ankle at the end of the first half, but it seems to be okay. Meanwhile, our Gatorade Cooler Talk, LeBron James really, he had to be a dominant shooter, Mark, in that first half.
Oh, absolutely, and you know that the Celtics defense is geared towards nothing easy. The strength, the ability to still get to the rim, but they're doing a good job of sealing. You're talking about ISO, the grab. Every time he looks to attack, a body is going to be on him. They're aggressive, forcing the issue every time he has the ball. You talk about going baseline. Well, 1, 2, 3 defenders. The mindset is this guy cannot beat us and send us on vacation. A turnover, but he's still spectacular. Still has the strength, the ability to split the defense and finish. In spite of the bangs, the bruises, and the bumps, still has 23 first half points.
James drives down the other end and puts it in, and a foul. Bad pass from Perkins on the offensive end led James to bring the Cavs within 8. James steps back. Still hasn't hit a 3 in the games here in Boston as West knocks down the 3. And all of a sudden, it's a 5-point game. Ilgauskas again facing the basket, and it's a 3-point game. Timeout, Boston. Big Z with a couple of big shots, and it's 52-49. Pierce hits a 3, big bucket.
Ray Allen, good deflection. Sometimes it's just not your night. Right into Pierce's shooting pocket, and he knocks another one in.
James, it's good. 27 for LeBron James. And this is why Celtic fans were fearful of the Game 7 against the LeBron James as Pierce comes back because of what a superstar can do. But on their favor, Paul Pierce is playing like a superstar here this afternoon. Midway through the third, James hits a 3. That's his first 3-pointer here in Boston. Here's the double. Pierce, he's feeling it. Paul Pierce lighting it up with 33.
Delonte West, you want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Paul Pierce, isolation, too small, elevates, feeling it, on fire, and his team is now inspired.
The 2 big stars have been LeBron James and Paul Pierce.
And this is called Player Tracker, but it should be called Star Tracker. LeBron James, great anticipation, one-man fast break, too strong for the Celtics, and then a bad offensive set. He just backs up. He's going to be given a cushion. He knocks it in, and then a pick and roll. Again, space, time, and ability to get on balance and knock it in. It's been his jump shot that has betrayed him. It may be the jump shot that brings Cleveland home.
Pierce nearly stripped. Good strength that time for Pierce. Brown with the bucket. is easy offense. The way that the Cavs are defending the pick and roll, anytime the perimeter players for the Celtics come off, bigs will be able to make a play for themselves or someone else.
Joe Smith would have a guy like that who can knock down shots come off the bench. James hands it off. West for three. Hits it. Delonte West from downtown. And it's a 4-point game.
You talk about the high IQ of LeBron James also. He sensed who's ready to play, who's ready to make shots.
James to the basket. Hammered by P.J. Brown. He is so strong, LeBron James. Pierce gets past James. Nice feed inside. Garnett now on James. The defensive player of the year against the game's leading scorer. James blocked, but a foul. Pierce has just been brilliant today. On the pull-up. Puts it in. What a tough shot from Paul Pierce. James. That's a three. It's good. LeBron James from downtown. And it's back to a 4-point game. 37 for LeBron. Pierce on a drive. On the pull-up. It's good. 39 for Pierce. James and Pierce going back and forth at each other. James will try another three. Knocks it down. Back-to-back threes for LeBron James. James. Garnett on him. Shot clock down to 5. James on the drive. Gets inside. Tough shot. He knocks it down. And it's back to 3.
And I'm going to say this right now. I am in a double team and blitz LeBron James on every pick and roll. Anybody but LeBron James, I want shooting the ball right now.
James with the steal. Here he goes. And James makes it a 1-point game with 2:20 to play. And this is the closest the Cavs have been since the opening minutes. They've never led. And now trailed by a point. LeBron James with 44 points and his defense doing it again. Pierce, House. Brown the jump shot. Puts it in. P.J. Brown, the unlikely hero. James. They get out of his hands. Delonte West. No good. Rebound. Fought for. Scrambled for. And they're going to call a jump ball. Ilgauskas on the second tip. Pierce comes up with it and calls timeout. He gets the timeout. Paul Pierce making every big play for the Celtics today. James, he'll drive. James gets inside. He's fouled. Shot won't go. Conley puts that one in. 2-possession game. James kicks it out. Pavlovich for 3. Puts it in. 3-point game with 8.6 remaining. And there Pierce is fouled. And this one not over yet. It goes in. 40 points for Pierce. And a huge sigh of relief. Clutch free throws again. James gets it. Fires up a quick 3. Won't go. Smith the rebound. Back out. Stolen by House. And that'll do it. The Celtics are going back to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2002.
Wow, Paul. Facing elimination. You're the guy that's been on this team for so long. 40 points. But how would you describe the last 3 minutes of this game?
Longest 3 minutes of my life, man. You just see the clock, you want to run out, but you got to go out and win the game, man. The Cavs are a hell of a team. They're the Eastern Conference champs from a year ago, and we knew it wasn't going to be easy. But we overcame, baby. We love it.
I think it was about 8.9 seconds on the clock, or 7.9. You go to the line. You shoot your first free throw. Someone said to me, Red Auerbach tipped that in. It looked like it just got a roll. What was that like?
Red was definitely in the building tonight. Hey, we're at home. Red is watching over us, and we love it, baby. Hey, whatever we got to do to get the win, I'm lost for words, man.
First time back since 2002. You were here then as well. What does it mean to you to get back to the finals?
It's a special feeling because you wait so long and you cherish these moments to where you can play in the Eastern Conference Finals plus shot to play in the championship. I've waited all my career to get back to this point, and I'm going to cherish it the most.
Pedro Martinez and many members of the Boston Red Sox making their way over from Fenway Park after a tough loss to the Yankees today on here at the Fleet Center to cheer on their Boston Celtics. Here in Game 3 of this Eastern Conference Finals, starting lineups: Kenyon Martin, Keith Van Horn, Todd McCullough, Jason Kidd, and Kerry Kittles for head coach Byron Scott, Antoine Walker, Eric Williams, Tony Battie, Kenny Anderson, and Paul Pierce for head coach Jim O'Brien.
So far, again, you look at New Jersey, 5 of 5 from the field. Is it more of they're just hitting some tough shots, or is the Celtic defense a little lax?
I don't think the defense is lax. I think New Jersey's made shots.
Boston can do a better job defensively. It's the offensive end that's got them in trouble.
Pierce, double team, and able to put it in. That's what he sees every time he puts the ball on the floor. Okay, he gets by one. There's another one right there. They have done an excellent job of double teaming, but then recovering and rotating after somebody picks him up. Nice feed inside from McCullough. What a perfect pass from Jason Kidd. That will do it. Ending the third quarter. Paul Pierce continues to struggle after his 3 for 20 performance, 2 of 14 here in Game 3. Jason Kidd, meanwhile, strong play. We'll be back after these messages and a word from the local station. Fourth quarter set to begin in Boston as the Nets have pummeled the Boston Celtics. Paul Pierce struggling. He's been complaining to officials, and he just heard it pretty good from his teammate Antoine Walker in the huddle the last time. Walker let the team have it and also let Pierce have it. Told him to stop whining, stop worrying about officials and no calls. And he said to the team, hey, the Nets are laughing at us right now.
I think that was the gist of the message. They're disrespecting us right now. We can't back down. We got to play. It doesn't matter whether we win this game or not. We got to go back at the Nets right now.
Jefferson, the latest to guard Pierce. Nice quick move. Of course, Pierce is a big-time fourth-quarter player, but if the Celtics put themselves in too big a hole to make it matter. Walker against Van Horn, goes right at him left-handed. And just like that, it's cut to 17. This is the closest they've been in the second half.
Mike, I can't stress enough, it's not just this afternoon. Is the game over? No way. But it's more important for the Celtics in this series to step up and respond right now.
Pierce draws the foul and one. Somehow held on. And he's got a chance for the three-point play. The Celtics have cut it to 15. Pierce gets past Jefferson again and puts it in.
No New Jersey net help defense. That's 4 plays. The Celtics have taken it to the rim.
Pierce doubled. Anderson left wide open. Puts it in. 11-0 run. It's inside. Paul Pierce already in this fourth quarter has 9 points. He led the NBA in fourth quarter points 26 times during this season, 5 in the playoffs. He's reached double figures in just a fourth quarter alone. Pierce inside, puts it in. He has 11 points in 5.5 minutes of this fourth quarter. Pierce inside, puts it in. Harris inside, offensive foul. Rodney Rogers steps in and draws the charge. Pierce, and he's fouled on his way in the basket. Jason Kidd picks up his third. 1-point game. Nets have turned it over 5 times in the fourth. The Celtics have yet to turn it over in the fourth. Jason Kidd kills for 3. Way off the mark. Here comes Walker. Good defense from Kidd. Pierce. Pierce will go to the line. This is all time in the playoffs and leading by 19 points plus entering the fourth quarter. You see a perfect number there. And Pierce hits the big free throw to tie the game. Celtics lead. One of the most amazing comebacks in NBA history. 22nd timeout called by New Jersey. Kittles drives hard and throws it away. Here comes Anderson. Blocked by Kittles for the goaltend. Celtics go up by 3. 29.8 remaining.
Boy, this place has just erupted. No one has sat down since. Paul Pierce got him going. JoJo White, the Celtic great, leading the cheers. No one has been quiet since.
Now for New Jersey, this game is far from over. They're shell-shocked right now, but they have to keep their heads in it. They certainly have a chance to still win.
It's a one-possession game. Doesn't have to be 3 necessarily right now.
Kittles. Van Horn, blocked by Walker. Rebounded by Pierce. And they foul Pierce with 17.6 remaining. Pierce hits the second 4-point lead. They've got to score in a hurry. Don't necessarily need a 3. puts up the three. Won't go. Kittle's back to Kidd. A wide open three. Off the mark. Knocked out of bounds. Still New Jersey ball with 5.4 remaining.
Two-possession game. The Celtics can do anything but foul.
Kidd for three. Blocked by Rodgers. Knocked loose. Harris has it. Kidd for three. And the Boston Celtics with the greatest fourth-quarter comeback in NBA playoff history. What an emotional scene as the Celtics take a 2-1 lead in this best-of-7 Eastern Conference final. What seemed to be an insurmountable New Jersey lead turns into a devastating Nets loss.
Devastating is not the word. The Boston Celtics just kept coming back.
41-16 in the fourth. Let's go to Lewis Johnson.
Mike Breen, thanks a lot. Down by as many as 26, 41 points in the fourth quarter. Paul, can you just describe this transformation of this team? Come back and take the victory.
Well, we got a never die attitude, you know. Coach said, some way, somehow, we're going to win this game. And everybody believed that was the key. Nobody gave in to what the lead was. We all believed in it. And we just sucked it up in the fourth quarter and got it done.
The $64,000 question, Paul, is what happens to you today in the first three quarters that you couldn't do in the fourth quarter?
Well, they did a good job of trapping me every time I got the ball, every time I penetrated. And they sent 2 or 3 men after me. But in the fourth quarter, I'm a whole different player, you know. The game's on the line, and that's where I think a great player step up.
Great player, unbelievable performance. Antoine, between the third and the fourth quarter, you had some choice words for your teammate here. What did you say to help get him fired up?
I felt he was bailing him out. I felt he wasn't aggressive enough. Paul Pierce was letting them play him instead of forcing him to do things that he liked to do. I told him, I said, I don't know if we're going to win this game, but we got to show them during the game for that we're a real team. And Paul came out and was aggressive, went to the basket, and we came up with defensive stop, man. I've never been a part of nothing like this in my life, man. It's unbelievable, man.
When you consider the history of this franchise, right above us there are 16 championship banners hanging. Could that have provided inspiration for you today?
This crowd stayed with us, man. We got real fans, man. They didn't go nowhere. We was down 21 points. They could have easily went home. They stayed here and supported us, and we closed it out.
Now, how do you keep things under control emotionally? Because this series is not over.
Oh, not a long shot. We're playing against a great team, and they showed us tonight. They gave us their best shot tonight. They came in here and they played well. So we responded. So now we got a chance to go 3-1. We got to take advantage of it.
All right, Lewis, PJ, one of the most amazing comebacks we've seen in NBA history. What do you say after a game like this?
Celtics refused to quit. They stepped up. Not enough help from the other New Jersey Nets. All the credit to Jim O'Brien and the Boston Celtics.
And they lead the series 2-1.
TD Bank North Garden here in Boston, Massachusetts. The final game of a 3-game road trip for the Toronto Raptors. The Raptors are 1-1 on this trip. A loss on Friday in Atlanta, then yesterday a win in Charlotte. Mr. Sub, always a good choice. Moon, O'Neal, and Bosch up front. Boy, Jamario Moon made a difference in the second half yesterday in Charlotte. Then Pierce, Perkins, and Garnett. KG for the Boston Celtics. In the backcourt, of course, Jose Calderon and Anthony Parker. And for the Boston Celtics, Rajon Rondo and Ray Allen. High-low feed and a great feed to Pierce, and then Moon just picked up his second. And so now for Sam Mitchell, puts him in a bind because Moon yesterday, 8 of his 9 rebounds in the second half, and that energy is something they need out of him. Parker keeping him in front, but Allen swinging. Here's Pierce for 3. Bang! See, it starts on defense. Pierce driving. And a foul on J.O. And the dump down low into O'Neal. Turnover. 9 turnovers. Davis in trouble, gets it back out to Garnett. Here's Pierce trying to get on track. He does. A timeout, Toronto. 8-point game. Capono, tough guard. He's got Pierce. Pierce in the post. And count it plus the foul. And foul on Capono.
Capono. The closeout, Allen. Shot clock down, J.K. Can't get it to go. Hand in the face. Chance now for the Celtics to tie it on a 3. Or get within 1. Pierce, it's a 1-point game. 8:18 to go, timeout Raptors. Parker rises, fires, no. And Garnett able to get the rebound. Garnett with a double-double, 19 and 10. Here's Pierce, squares up. 1-point game once again. So the big 3 coming alive. Pierce has got 25, 11 in the quarter. Here's Garnett, quickly to Pierce. Pierce, the 3. Back-to-back threes, 34. Here in the 4-minute mark here at the Garden. Pierce dumps it off. Garnett, easy off the window. O'Neal wants it in the post. Shot clock down once again. Backing down on Perkins. Shake, shimmy, shoots. No. Pierce. Cut off from the lane, fires over Capono, rolls in, 2-point lead, Boston. 16 in the quarter for Paul Pierce. He's got 30 in the game. Raptors have turned it over 6 times in the quarter. They need to stop here. 4-point game. 18 of his 32 in the quarter. Raptors, they have time, but they need to stop here. Pierce driving. Pierce has taken the game over.
That's just way too easy for Paul Pierce to get to the basket. Paul Pierce, he's too deep in the paint by the time the help arrives for the Raptors. That's just not going to get it done. Too much room to operate. He's too good of a finisher. He will put people in trouble when he gets that deep on penetration. But Matt, the offense for the Raptors has really stalled.
Raptors have been silent the last 3 minutes from the field. Parker gets it, but just 11 seconds remaining. Got to foul quickly. Got to hurry up and foul. And Paul Pierce, second all-time to made free throws in the history of this proud franchise. Surpassing Bob Cousy, will head to the free throw line. You know, I think when you look at the big picture here, you also have to remember Pierce, Garnett, and Allen. We talked about their struggles. They didn't struggle. 36, 21, and 19 in that order. Pierce, Garnett, and Ray Allen. They're the big 3 for a reason. Here's Jose. Jose's shot doesn't go. 94 to 87. And Jose and Kevin Garnett with quick words for one another. Out of Jose's mouth, good job. And appreciation there, as both of them gave everything they had here on this Monday night. Here in Boston on this Monday evening, it is the 4th and final meeting between the Toronto Raptors and the Boston Celtics. The Celtics won yesterday at the ACC 94-88. The Raptors outscored the Boston Celtics 33-19 in the 4th quarter. Starting lineups brought to you by Mr. Sub. Jamario Moon. Andrea Bargnani has scored in double figures in 7 consecutive games. Chris Bosh coming off of his 20th double-double this season. Paul Pierce, Ryan Scalabrine getting his 2nd consecutive start. And Kevin Garnett. Andrea Bargnani has it knocked away by Rajon Rondo digging in. Off and running, Paul Pierce lays it up and through. Minute and a half in now to this opening quarter. Ray Allen swings it. This is Paul Pierce from deep. Drills it. Shot clock under 10. Bargnani. Fires. Shot no. Bosh. And it's tapped out to Rajon Rondo. Raptors get back in transition. Pierce at the foul line. Pulls up over Moon. Shot good. That ends that drought. After missing 7 straight, Paul Pierce ends it to tie it. He has 7 points. I don't even go near the floor. I stay right in my place. That's part of the job, right? Paul Pierce lays it up and in. Raptors are +6 off of the bench. Paul Pierce, deep post position. And right there to contest Moon, and behind him Humphries, but Pierce hanging with it. Now remember, Raptors led huge here back on November 10th, and the Celtics came roaring back in the fourth quarter. Final meeting between these two teams in the regular season. Paul Pierce underneath lays it up and in. Pierce. Seven-point game. Pierce plus the foul. Rajon Rondo deep in the quarter. Bargnani, the recovery. Excellent job getting back. Forces a man line, but then the spin move by Pierce.
He has been fabulous here in the third quarter. 14 points by Paul Pierce.
Rajon Rondo, ball fake. Shot clock to 5. Pierce pulls back. First points in the fourth for Paul Pierce. Raptors in a 2-possession game. Solomon has to hurry before the 5 count. Gets it back. Crossover. Up top, Bargnani, ball fake. Sticks it.
Got a foul to give here. The Raptors have one to give. Be aggressive.
Denying the entry. And there's a foul. Back to Parker. Parker rising, firing, shot. Bosch tapped out. Capono to Bargnani, sticks it! Andrea Bargnani! How do you like me now? Tied at 93 with a second left. Rajon Rondo, no. Overtime. The Raptors 1-1 in overtime. Boston 2-1 in overtime. Pierce. Big bucket.
Offensive rebounds. Now you're scrambling to get to people. That's where you're left bare on the three-point line to cover.
Garnett. Bosch on him. Here's Pierce left open. It's a 2-5 straight. Paul Pierce with a huge smile.
Well, Will Solomon went to double Garnett on the backside on the baseline, and now nobody can get back to Pierce. If you're going to double, you got to get there and close it.
Backdoor cut plus the foul. Bargnani, and the shot doesn't go. The Raptors fall tonight. 115-109 in overtime.
A gorgeous day in Miami this afternoon as the Heat and the Celtics have traveled south after games 1 and 2 in Boston. Dwayne Wade and the Heat badly outplayed, especially in game 2, but they're ready to be back on their home floor and try and get into the win column in this opening round best of 7 playoff series.
Pierce getting booed. Garnett, of course, will get booed as he touches the ball. Pierce able to convert.
How about before the game, Dwayne Wade's brother comes up to me and says, make sure you take care of my brother. It should be the other Heat guys, family members, telling me that. Now, Wade is good. He's fine.
Pierce good at the other end. And the Celtics back within 3. Pierce steps back. That's a 3. That goes. Pierce had his best season from three-point range during the regular season at 41%. Haslam has his shot blocked. Good Celtic defense once again. Pierce to Garnett. Kevin Garnett nails the jumper. Pierce trying to back down Richardson. Ray Allen wide open 3. And Allen having another good game. Shot clock down to 3. Good Heat defense. Pierce is going to have to put it up as the shot clock expires.
And to me, that's the difference between the two teams. All 3 perimeter players for Boston in a late clock situation can create their own shot.
Pierce slobs it into Garnett. And it's back to 1. Good balance from Boston. 17 for Ray Allen, 12 for Pierce and Garnett, 13 for Rondo. Pierce pulls back, hand in his face, knocks it down. Celtics by 3. Rondo with another steal. Fakes back to Pierce, and Pierce banks it in, and a foul. Pretty play from Rondo, providing the opportunity for Pierce. Pierce just holding. Pierce puts up the 3 and puts it in. Big shot from Pierce.
with 1.7 remaining. Pierce and Davis. Pierce gets a good open look and knocks down another three. 24 for Pierce. And Eric Spoelstra calls time as his team goes down by 9. Largest lead of the game. Pierce on the pull-up. Tough shot. Boy, Pierce, he looks so strong tonight. Pierce, Wright tries to stay with him. Pierce can't connect. Rebound, Rondo. It does it again. Sets up a three. Pierce puts in the three. 30 points for Pierce. And Rondo's 8th rebound. Huge. Three down the other end. That's good. Darrell Wright with a huge game. We're tied again with a minute and a half to play. Pierce, final seconds. Pierce puts it up for the win. Knocks it down. Celtics win. Paul Pierce with a superb game. Able to hit. Now the officials will review it, but it looked like he clearly let it go before the buzzer, and the Celtics will take a 3-0 lead in this best-of-7 series.
Big play by Paul Pierce. Here's my question. You got a foul to give. Why leave it in the bank? Perfect situation. It does not get any better. He sets it up. Clock dwindling down. The ability to take the hit when he goes into attack mode. You allow Paul Pierce to almost make that last play as if he's standing on the court all by himself. Big time play by a big time player.
11 points in the fourth quarter for Pierce. 32 for the game, including the game winner. And the Boston Celtics get the road win. A heartbreaking, crushing loss for the Miami Heat. They were demoralized after the Game 2 29-point blowout. And this one is just devastating. Pierce, the game winner. He's with Lisa.
Thank you, Mike. Paul, just describe that last play. Take me through it.
Well, that's a shot I hit a number of times, playoffs, regular season. I told Coach, just give me the ball at the top, give me the right side, and I got to my sweet spot. I wanted to make sure there was no time on the clock, and I drained it.
Now, you knew they had a foul to give. What were you thinking was going to happen?
If he had came up and tried to get the fouls, we'll try to get it up quick. But I really didn't think about it. I was just winding down the clock. Everything's moving so fast when the clock is winding down. So, I just wanted to get to my spot and get my shot up.
You had 11 points in that fourth quarter. What was working for you in that fourth quarter?
I was going to the mid-range jumper. I found I was open when I was getting to the hole. They were collapsing on me. So I found, some little gaps in the defense. They're a great defensive team. So I was just taking advantage of it.
All right. Thank you very much, Paul. Congratulations.
Again, the first home playoff game in 7 years. Knicks haven't had a home playoff win in 10 years. This crowd is certainly hungry for it. Well, this is a Boston Celtic team that over the past several years, they've seen every kind of atmosphere. They've been in all kinds of hostile environments, and usually nothing like that bothers them. Mark Pierce on the pull-up, and Pierce able to knock it down. Fields lost it. Pierce, one man to beat. It's Turiaf. Turiaf bumps him. Not a smart play from Turiaf. He wonders where's the foul, but he absolutely bumped him, and Pierce with a chance for a three-point play. Fields with the steal. But can't control. Yes, Turiaf with the save, but then throws it away. And Rondo, nice pass inside to Pierce, and a hard foul from Stoudemire as the two of them bump into each other. Allen finding Rondo wide open underneath. Wild shot won't go, but he gets the rebound. Rondo, an excellent rebounder for a point guard, sets up Pierce beautifully, nails a three. And then a foul after the play.
You can get away with it if you don't get caught. But when the whistle's blown, it's the correct call.
How about talking to Kurt Thomas about that from Chicago?
Pierce, by the way, already has 12 points. Pierce now on the pull-up. And Pierce has been terrific. 5 of 6 from the field. He's got 14 first-quarter points. Well, on the other side, we asked Doc Rivers as Garnett gets to pass inside and gets it to go. And Paul Pierce earlier today about why their fourth-quarter execution is so good. And they both said familiarity.
Knicks got to find a way to rebound the ball.
Right now they're -7. They're also turning it over quite a bit last couple of possessions. Rondo back to Pierce. And a bad foul from Roger Mason. Again, Pierce was up for the layup already. And a chance for a three-point play. Pass inside Garnett. Garnett can't get it to go. And they're battling. Takes it away from Turiaf. Pierce wide open and knocks down the three. And the Knicks defense tonight, not what it was the first two games.
You can't be half-stepping. Either you're okay to play or you're not. If you're not okay, then step aside and let the next guy try to give it a shot.
Oh, Pierce giving it a shot all night long. He's got 23 points.
Jermaine O'Neal has given him quality minutes, rebounding and defending.
Well, Doc Rivers said they don't win game one without his contributions. He turned it around in the third quarter with his defensive presence. Pierce knocks it down, and it's 75-56, largest lead of the night. How about Pierce? 25 points on 9 of 13 shooting. Douglas stolen by Pierce. Garnett had it, lost it, got it back again, and then tips it in with the left hand. And it's up to 21. Pierce trying to find an opening. Boy, Pierce just so effortless it looks tonight. 10 of 14 from the field for 27 points. Pierce knocks down the three. Yeah, Mike D'Antoni calls timeout. Knicks had cut it to 16, had a couple of free throws, but two big misses at this point. Pierce puts it in again. And we're under 4 minutes remaining. Rondo still pushing. Paul Pierce adds another three. 35 for Pierce.
Rondo gets his field goal attempts, 13 of them on the night, but he is distributing the basketball, putting on-point passes and getting guys involved.
He's got 20 assists in the game. NBA playoff record as Pierce knocks down another three is 24. And look at these two. That's just simply incredible shooting. 14 of 19 from downtown between the two. They're hearing some boos here from the Garden crowd as the Boston Celtics win it wire to wire after two close games in Boston. 113-96 the final. The Celtics in control of this opening round playoff series. The first meeting of the season between the Lakers and the Celtics, and the first meeting since that epic 7-game series last year, including Game 7. The Laker victory over the Celtics for the NBA title as Paul Pierce knocks down the shot. Celtics with an early 2-point lead. Marquise Daniels just in the game turns it over. Bryant drives on Pierce, and the runner for Kobe Bryant, his first field goal.
This myth that he doesn't practice. He says he shoots every day. He does his lifting on his legs every day, and he does the defensive work and half-court work. Just as he knocks in another one, he just doesn't do like stuff like 3-on-2, 2-on-1 type of drills to get loose.
Bryant, by the way, just the other night passed Hakeem Olajuwon, moved into the 8th place on the all-time scoring list as Pierce able to hit that jumper. Now the team's getting in a bit of a rhythm.
The Lakers being able to win with Kobe Bryant shooting 6 for 24. Like, to me, that shows their balance. They crushed Boston on the board, and Boston to this day is convinced that if Kendrick Perkins hadn't gone out in Game 6 with a knee injury, that they would have won.
And for me, it's how you're so close to winning it all. If you're Doc Rivers and the Boston Celtics, you had all the momentum and everything going your way and found a way to lose the ball game. That's something that'll stick with you the rest of your life.
Pierce inside, wild shot, and he gets it to go. The LA native.
Do they give you the point back in the game that you played and you might have lost by one? No, they don't.
Understand.
So they should be more hesitant to give technical fouls that cause points to be given away.
Hold on, Mike. When did this guy turn into the Fonz? I did not hear him say he was wrong.
I did say
no. You didn't say I was wrong.
I said I was wrong.
Whoa, it's a first.
Rondo tried to draw the foul, flipped it up. Bryant gets inside, and he's fouled. Meanwhile, they counted the basket, a goaltend, so Bryant with a chance for the three-point play. Garnett on the drive. Reverse blocked by Bynum. Shaq gets it back, and that's rejected by Gasol. Bryant on the pull-up. Gets it to go. And his crowd alive. Bryant to Gasol. Stripped by Garnett. Gasol gets it back, and Bynum can't get it to go. Gasol tips it out. Bryant. And Bryant puts it in after the contact as Shaq picks up now his third foul. They had changed one earlier. Bryant did say after they won the title last year about Championship number 5. He said that's one more than Shaq.
I think they both would admit they did not handle it the proper way when they were teammates down the stretch when it was dwindling down as Pierce knocks down that shot. This is a duo that would have won. You can't even count how many championships they would have won together, but the bottom line is 2 all-time greats, and I love the fact that they now have patched it up.
Bryant weaving his way inside. Oh, that's so pretty. Finding all the seams. Bryant again, spinning inside. Double clutches and draws the foul. And nobody guarding me as Daniels picks up the foul. Bryant with a hand in his face. Nails a three-pointer. 25 for Kobe Bryant in just 15 minutes of play.
Pat Riley used to have a great line. Show the competitor your ultimate respect by giving them no respect at all. And I think that's exactly what they do.
He had a lot of good lines. That's
he
a good
sure
one.
did. He must have stayed up late at night.
Pierce goes right at Artest again. Nice finish from Pierce and a foul. Pierce, an aggressive move to the basket. Celtics now on a 7-0 run.
I don't think Phil Jackson, Mike, had a choice to be able to play Gasol anything but huge minutes. I mean, they just had no front court depth as Paul Pierce knocks in the 3.
Pierce for 3. That's good. Pierce again. His 3rd three-pointer of the afternoon. He's got 28 points, 12 already here in the 3rd. Bryant, pass deflected, gets it back. Inside to Odom. Ball poked away. Rondo makes his move inside to Pierce and the finish. Pretty pass. And Pierce having a huge 3rd quarter. He's got 14 points in the quarter, 30 for the game. And now Phil Jackson wants timeout. Bryant, that's good. Kobe Bryant makes it a 2-point game. Bryant. Minute remaining here in the 3rd. Knocks it down. He's got 30, same as Pierce. Got a fun showdown here this afternoon at the Staples Center. Air ball that time. Pierce defended him well, although Bryant thought he was fouled. Pierce steps back. He has had it going all afternoon. 32 now for Pierce. Count it, and a foul. Chance for a 3-point play.
This is unusual Laker offense. They have 30 baskets now. 9 assists, because there's been more isolation.
Rebounding numbers big in favor of the Celtics, plus 13. Bryant leans in and puts it in. It's a 6-point game. Pierce on the pull-up. That won't go in and out. Bynum the rebound.
That's good offense, but good job by Steve Blake contesting the shot of Pierce.
Bryant to drive. Double team, adjusts, lefty shot is good. Ready, play. 4-point game. And the Celtics call timeout. Bryant. Allen doesn't go for the fake, tries it again, knocks it down. What a tough shot. Bryant pulls up, that one's good. As the Boston Celtics get the first of the 2 regular seeding meetings between these two. Perhaps we'll see them again in the finals. A lot has to happen before we get there. But at least here this afternoon, Boston Celtics with an impressive victory over the Lakers. 16 assists for Rondo. They shoot 60% from the field and beat the Lakers handily here in this 4th quarter at the Staples Center.
Welcome to a gorgeous night in New York after a spectacular 75-degree day with another sellout in Madison Square Garden. It's the Boston Celtics taking on the New York Knicks. Here we go, and this is Avery Bradley to Kevin Garnett, who Tyson Chandler quickly picks up on. Rondo has been red hot, as has Paul Pierce, who puts in the first score tonight. Knicks at home are 20-11, losing here to Miami on Sunday, 93-85. Carmelo Anthony, who has been shooting over the last 11 games, 51% from the field, shows you why right there. Davis to Anthony. And Carmelo gets his own miss and puts it up. He does that a lot, doesn't he? He is always on that offensive glass.
Yeah, Doc Rivers had a great statement. He said, Carmelo Anthony is so quick on the 2nd and 3rd jump after he misses his first shot. It reminds me of Dominique Wilkins. He might have been the only one quicker to go get it after he had a miss.
Carmelo. 7 points points for Carmelo Anthony early in the game.
He takes it right at the defender, protects it with his body. The left side of his body shields off the defender. That first step so quick.
Game of runs so far. Boston a little 6-0 run right now. That was knocked out. That's good. Pierce. Here comes Fields with the drive. Got right by Bass, and there was no one to back him up. And Landry Fields out of Stanford puts it in. Fields. Bradley coming over to close. Offensive rebound by Carmelo Anthony. And a great find in Chandler, who sails in for a fourth point right there.
The Knicks doing a great job cutting without the basketball, and then Carmelo, you're open, he'll find you. He's willing to pass.
Pierce takes it and working on Fields, and another foul going on Landry Fields. Carmelo driving on Pierce. Snaps it out to Smith for three.
To have sometimes people surrounding you also act the same way. When you see Carmelo hit that, Jay, 22 consecutive games. He's had 10 or more assists. He's approaching John Stockton's record of 29 consecutive games with 10 or more assists.
The Magic and even more over the course of a couple different seasons. He was in the 40s. Sasha Pavlich has come in. Here is J.R. Smith. He's hit 2 in a row. Anthony is 4 of 6 with Pavlich. To Pierce and a shove and a foul. That goes right there.
You see Carmelo come right off the bench and immediately turn and hit a three-pointer.
Anthony has played spectacular offensive basketball. 15 points, 6 of 8 from the field. Here's Anthony again, who is really on fire. 7 of 9, 17. Anthony draws the double. Mike Bibby for 3. Here comes Anthony, who has been so hard to guard. The basket as a goaltender is called against Kevin Garnett. Here comes Paul Pierce. He's got 9, working on Novak. And Brandon Bass. Under a minute to play here in the second quarter. Pierce with the triple. Boston is shooting 54%. They're 6 of 9 from three-point territory. Anthony. Novak for 3. 13 points for Steve Novak. Raised in Milwaukee, went to Marquette. Pierce got a Garnett screen, works in on Fields. Kevin Garnett.
You get those 3-second calls when an offensive rebounder like Tyson Chandler thinks his teammate's going up for a shot, and instead they don't go up with it.
Garnett. He's at 2 in a row. 1 from inside, that one from out. He's got 13.
Don't ever count out the Celtic team.
Anthony blows by Paul Pierce. And Carmelo, 9 of 13 for 21 points to match the 21 off the bench of J.R. Smith. Pierce. Right into Fields.
He said Amari Stoudemire will be in the starting lineup. He said, it's my job as a coach to make it work.
Carmelo Anthony, nothing but net right there. 10 of 14.
Paul Pierce on the attack, gets fouled, going to the basket.
Rondo with 3. Chandler is crushed down to the ball and grabs his 4th rebound with his 10 points. Chandler is averaging a double-double this season. Davis a 3. Stepping into it, rebound by Rajon Rondo on the fly. Off to Pierce, a 3. And a foul. A foul, so he'll go to the stripe, and 3 from the line coming up for the Boston Celtics. Rondo and Davis. Smith is watching Pierce. Now they switch. Paul. Got it. Pierce, a terrific third quarter. 12 points in the third. 24 for the game. Inside. Bulldozing for 2 is Carmelo Anthony. Look at the driving Anthony. Getting his own miss. He has collected about 4 offensive rebounds tonight. Pierce. Anthony got beat. He knew it. 14 in the quarter for Paul. Top 20 in scoring in the NBA. Carmelo driving a foul. Reaching in was Paul Pierce. Here comes Duel. Shot clock is down to 4. Pierce. He is 7 of 13. That's a triple. He's got 29. 2 seconds difference. Game clock and shot clock. Here comes Carmelo into Pierce. Into Chandler. And Steamsma turned his head, and Chandler exploits it. 12 in the quarter for Chandler. Shot clock at 9. Pavlovich is watching Carmelo. Novak for 3. What a game he's had. Novak has been terrific from beyond the arc. He is now 5 of 7 shooting the 3 ball tonight.
Didn't the coach just tell Seggs that He needed a three. Novak to loosen up. He got it.
And Paul Pierce will put in one. His third three-point shot tonight. Down low, little shove, and a foul.
Doc has great vision down the road. He's patient, and he stayed with it.
Pavlovich was trying to watch Carmelo Anthony, and that is a tough battle right there for anybody. Dueling. Garnett. Pierce for three. Paul Pierce has been terrific tonight for the Boston Celtics with 37 points. That is a season high. Passes in. Here's a screen by Chandler, and Carmelo Anthony with that sweet stroke has just put in his 33rd. It's Paul Pierce who has all 10 of the Celtic points in this quarter. Paul has registered 39. They go inside, and Carmelo Anthony. What a shootout here. Anthony with 35 and Pierce with 39. Pierce, Shumpert defending. A little step back right there, clearing some space. You were talking about the strength of Anthony. Paul Pierce has got some nice
he's showing. He used that left arm, left shoulder to clear Shumpert away, get enough room to get that shot up.
Novak is watching Rondo. Pierce will take it right into the thicket of those defenders for New York in a foul call.
The matchup that's hard for the Celtics here is this one. Carmelo Anthony being guarded by Pavlovich.
Novak at three. Good! Right between the eyes. Again. Kaboom! With this assist, Carmelo Anthony has his second career triple-double.
Across the court, he finds the screen down on Novak. Novak behind the three-point line. He's ready to celebrate. Look at Carmelo. Whoa, buddy. Settle down. Novak gets the word, turns right to the huddle, walks in and sits down. Carmelo doesn't want any celebrating until this game is over. Don't start too soon. What a superb all-around performance by Carmelo Anthony.
The Knicks had an 18-0 run late in the first, early second. They led by 19. Knicks cut the margin to 6 in the fourth quarter. They never got closer.
The Toronto Raptors, led by their all-star, DeMar DeRozan, trying to get back on their feet against John Wall. The all-star for the Washington Wizards here at the Verizon Center. It's Game 3 of the NBA playoffs as we take a look at the brackets and what's happening up to date here. Atlanta leading 2-0 against Brooklyn in their series. Chicago getting a great performance out of Derrick Rose last night. Cleveland poised and ready to put Boston to sleep. They lead that series 3-0. Beal kicks it out to Pierce. Little show and go by the veteran. Been doing that for a long time. And Wall had it bounce right to Pierce. Been that type of night for John Wall, kind of charmed off the carom.
Totally charmed, because that was the first time I thought on the blitz they looked like they were going to force a mistake from him, and a fortuitous bounce.
Underneath, Pierce draws the foul. And Paul Pierce will go to the free throw line. Wall and Gortat. Good ball movement out to Pierce. Fires the three and knocks it down. Wall inside. Back out to Pierce. A dagger shot. Insert the knife. Try to get it to Beal and now to Wall. They trap him in the corner, but he gets it to Porter, and Porter turns it over. Toronto gets the break that they needed so desperately. Now Lowry with the runner. Yes! And the Raptors get it down to 4 with 50 seconds to play. Pierce having a handle in the backcourt and draws the foul on Terrence Ross. 78% during the regular season, and Paul Pierce knocks down the first. That's 14 points today, and timely ones, Doris. It's not how many, it's when. Not always there when you call, folks, but always on time.
Was there any doubt he was going to make both free throws?
After a 6-point lead, a deep three by Lowry, and he knocks it down from way out. It's a one-possession game.
Telling you, the guy thrives in these moments. All year, he's been a big shot maker.
Tough pass back to Pierce. They break the press. Up to Beal. Looks like they're going to play it straight up here and just rely on getting a stop. A team that has been 22nd in defensive efficiency needs to change it right here and right now. 6 on the shot clock for Washington. Wall kicks out to Pierce. Gets off the three. What did you expect from the truth? Incredible. Take a bow, Paul Pierce.
There have been some great finishers to play in the history of the NBA. Amongst his generation, he will go down as one of the best. Delivers another dagger with 0 on the shot clock. That is a bad man, number 34.
And he seemed to mutter those words again.
And keep in mind, see, he thought he had enough time to lift that shot fake and get back. He realized late that he didn't have time to bring it all the way down. He had to double clutch it.
Look what he's done in the fourth quarter of this game. 11 points on 3 for 3 from the field. Some key three-pointers. And this one is done. The closer did it when he had to. Paul Pierce.
Paul, you turned game 1 around in the first half. Tonight it seemed like almost like that fire extinguisher, just waiting in case of emergency. Is that your plan all along tonight?
Well, you know my favorite saying, that's why they brought me here. You know, I just wait for the opportunities. You know, I really feed off John and Bradley and these other guys that get me going. You know, they made some great plays. John did a great job getting into the lane, found me for some open shots, and I was able to connect.
You're known for doing this, but what do you make of the young fella, Otto Porter, joining you with some big shots late as well?
You know, the last 3 weeks of the season, he really grew up a lot. You know, I've been staying on him. You know, he really staying in the gym. He kept his poise, and he's coming up big for him. We're going to need him. And Otto's growing up right before your eyes, right here in the playoffs.
What do you tell these guys about the need to close out and finish this off in game 4?
I just want to tell them it's going to be the hardest game to win. You know, you got a team on their back. Final game, we can close it. It's going to be the hardest game, so be ready.
Back in Washington, D.C. for Game 3 between the Wizards and the Atlanta Hawks. Neither team has made it past the second round in 30-plus years. Teague from outside. Not good. Both teams cold to start the game.
Jeff Teague would have loved to see that go down, get untracked offensively, particularly from the 3.
He's shooting under 30% in the postseason from behind the arc. Here's Pierce, and a 3 for Paul Pierce, who's shooting almost 55% in the playoffs from behind the arc. A foul on Pierce on the other end as Carroll will go to the line, and now Pierce is injured. Sessions, a career 31% three-point shooter, but he's over 50% in the playoffs from 3. Set a screen there for Pierce, who hits it too. Atlanta pretty good on the road during the regular season, 25-16, but 1-2 in the playoffs away from home. 14-point lead for the Wizards, and Gortat 3 of 3 from the field, shooting 70% from the floor in the playoffs for Washington. Pierce for 3. Paul Pierce with his second 3, the 6th for the Wizards. Here's Pierce. Right in front of his coach, Randy Whitman almost knocked him over as he was walking by. Pierce not distracted. It's his third 3. 101-98. Atlanta will save its timeout. Down 3. Schroeder calling for the screen. Schroeder slips and falls. Muscala for 3 in the tie. It's good! Mike Muscala on a Bucknell ties the game at 101 with 14 seconds left. Here comes Pierce with 5 seconds left. Pierce with 3. Pierce with 2. Pierce fall away at the horn. It's good! Paul Pierce does it again as the Wizards win it 103-101. How's that for a finish? You blow a 21-point lead, and then Pierce with a game winner at the buzzer.
Well, obviously the recipe in the NBA is to bank in the game winner at the buzzer. Kyle Korver started on Paul Pierce on that play in the corner. When Pierce came out of the corner, he switched and he ended up with a smaller defender on him. Pierce took advantage of that switch and knocked down the jump shot against the smaller defender.
Paul Pierce said, that's why I'm here. The game winner. He's with Chris.
Paul, take us through that last sequence. You know, Coach drew the play up for me. I've been in that situation millions of times. Caught the ball in my sweet spot. And I just wanted to make sure we got the last shot with no time on the clock. I was able to get it off.
I saw you looking at Bradley Beal.
What you call bank? I call game. Game. Hey, how?
Well, Chris, how about you get Derrick Rose with a bank shot 3 to win Game 3 for Chicago. Now Paul Pierce with a bank shot 2 over 3 guys to win it for the Wizards. His first points of the fourth quarter.
There's the switch. Schroeder's on him now. Watch Ken Bazemore come into the picture, though. He's going to try and pressure. That's great pressure. That's just an impossible shot, but that's why they call that man the truth.
You called us, said you can't leave him, and they got that switch, which you mentioned. Schroeder on Pierce. They blow a 21-point lead, yet they win it as time expires to take a 2-1 series lead. That's all John Wall can do is celebrate.
John Wall was as stunned as everybody else was.
Watch that left hand, though, pal, during the celebration. It's not definite that you're out, and he's being careful. They're going to wait until the swelling goes down to determine whether he'll be back for the playoffs. But Paul Pierce, age 37, 17th year.
We're set to go for the championship with the Lakers and the Celtics. As we're underway, as we said moments ago, the Beat LA chants started about an hour ago. Pierce has Radmanovic on him. That's an interesting matchup. Radmanovic falls behind, and Pierce with a nice move to the basket.
They're allowing too many uncontested shots, guarding shots with their arms down. Mikey said that's not like us.
As much as Garnett has been the key, Paul Pierce, according to Phil Jackson, is still the heart and soul. Draws the foul, banks it in, and one. Paul Pierce with a chance for a 4-point play. Radmanovic at 6'10", not a bad defender, but Pierce a little quick for him, and that time Pierce once again knocks it down. Rondo to Pierce, Pierce for 3, bang! Celtics back up by 1. Rondo back to Pierce, another 3, puts it in. Back-to-back three-pointers for Paul Pierce. Pierce back in the game, shoots over Fisher, knocks it down. 20 for Pierce. Garnett misses his first shot. Perkins the offensive board. Pierce for 3. That's good. Pierce wearing that brace on the right knee. Pierce, count it, and a foul. Gasol, Pierce, Pierce an open 3. Bang! 10 straight points to start the second period. Pierce, nice bounce pass. Perkins is fouled, count it, and 1. As Gasol goes down hard. Pierce a long 3. Knocks it down. Paul Pierce again. He's got 12. Pierce with the 6'10" Radmanovic on him. Shoots over him and knocks it down. 16 for Pierce in the first half. Rondo looking for some room. Pierce a 3. It's good. Garnett to Pierce. Pierce gets in the lane. Just takes his time and gets to the spot he wants.
He is attacking Radmanovic off the dribble.
Rondo to Pierce, banks it in. The lead up 13. Vujicic out of control, throws it away. He's not giving a good pass. Pierce to Poe. Leon Poe! Wow! And the Celtics by 22. Pierce to the basket, banks it in. Once again, can't get the stops. Radmanovic to Vujicic, a 3-block. A huge block from Paul Pierce. Luke Walton trying to stay with Pierce. Hard drive, reverse. Nice play. Up top to Pierce. Pierce to the basket. Garnett, open jumper. Puts it in. And the Celtics regain the lead on this 12-2 run. Pierce to the basket. Count it, and a foul. Radmanovic, another open 3. And Perkins the rebound. A rare miss from the Lakers here in the first quarter. Pierce trying to get on track. Nice move from Pierce. And here comes Pierce. Fakes the 3, drives, inside out. Ray Allen, 3-pointer, knocks it down.
I know you're thinking about the next home game. Focus on getting it to 10.
They've got it to 12, Michelle. 45-33 on a 12-0 run. And the Staples Center getting very quiet. Posey for 3. That's good. James Posey knocks it down, and it's a 13-point game. Pierce drives down, banks it in. A report today's LA Times said on StubHub, Pierce to the basket, banks it in, and 70-52. Ryan has it. Pierce guarding him. Turnaround shot, block. Pierce, excellent defensive play, and then the outlet. Pierce to the basket. Lots of contact, counted, and a foul. What a move from Pierce. And a chance for a three-point play as the lead is cut to 10. Final seconds, P.J. Brown dunks it with 1.7 remaining, and it's a two-point game. Pierce on the drive. Tough shot in the hand in his face. He puts it in, and we're tied again. Many in the crowd on their feet here at the Staples Center. Eddie House, quick jump shot. It's good. And the Celtics have their first lead of the game. Boston trying to pull off one of the greatest comebacks in NBA playoff history. Pierce has performed admirably at both ends of the floor in the playoffs. 2 clutch free throws there. The Celtics turn in one of the great comebacks in NBA playoff history. Down 24 in the second quarter, down 20 in the third. They come back and win game 4. Pierce the jumper, puts it in. And Pierce also said about that if he could draw up the way a team could win, he loved the way they won the game. Pierce to the basket and gets it to go. Is this thought of what happened in game 4 on their minds at all? As Pierce draws the foul.
Well, it has to be.
Reeves is a good defender, but Pierce, such a strength advantage, drives and gets it to go.
And with 2 seconds left on the shot clock, so definitely a bad play.
Pierce, P.J. Brown just clears space down there, and Pierce able to get to the basket. Right now, 7-point game. Pierce puts a 3 in.
How good has Paul Pierce been in these finals? On both ends of the floor, he has put this team on his back.
Pierce, that's a 3. It's good. Paul Pierce knocks him down. He's got 21 here in the first half, and it's a 3-point game. Pierce gets inside to the basket, banks it in again. Pierce on the drive. Again, so easy. Just over a minute gone by here in the fourth. Pierce on the drive, gets inside, tough move. Pierce on the drive, falls down, gets it out. Posey for 3. It's good. James Posey from downtown. Pierce to the basket, spinning, back out. Garnett, open jumper. It's good. Now the Celtics are going back to tie it at 90 after trailing by 14 here in the fourth quarter. They were better in game 5 as Pierce pulls up, a little off balance, but that's his first field goal. House, quick release, that's a 2. Instant offense off the bench. Pierce a long 3. Rattles it in. Celtics look to push. Pierce on the drive. Pass to Paul. He puts it in. Lakers and Kobe Bryant jumped out early, but a terrific comeback led by the defense with another steal. Pierce to Posey. Posey for 3. Knocks it down. 14-point lead for the Celtics. Pierce to the basket, out to Garnett. Good open look for Kevin Garnett. 12 points for Garnett. Pierce to Garnett. Garnett inside, banks it in, and a foul. What a play from Kevin Garnett. And the Celtics go up by 20. Pierce left-handed. Pretty play from Pierce.
I'll tell you what, he out-coached the Hall of Fame coach in this series.
Pierce knocks down the 3. And after a 22-year absence, the Boston Celtics are NBA champions once again.
It is the truth. The MVP of the 2008 NBA Finals is Paul Pierce.
Talk to me. This is your 10th year in the NBA. All your career, you have dreamed about winning a championship. How does the dream compare with reality?
This is unreal. This is unreal, just where we came from a year ago, where I was at. To be here today celebrating with my teammates, putting a stamp on what a great year it was this year. I'm just happy that Doc, the ownership, my teammates, everybody, the city of Boston stuck with me throughout all the hard times. I know we didn't have a lot of great years, but you guys right here, you guys stuck with me. And now we bring home champion 17. Yeah!
In the offseason, Paul, you guys acquired Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen. What was the biggest adjustment you had to make?
I knew I was going to be able to play with other great players, so I didn't feel like it was a big adjustment. I just knew if I had some other guys that I could play with, that I'd be able to I'll be able to make the adjustment. I mean, when I'm out there on the court and I'm playing with inexperience, you know, everybody get caught up and say how selfish I was. But once these guys get here, I knew I had guys that could play. And so I just continued to play a floor game, took less shots, and sacrificed for the good of the team.
Congratulations again to the Finals MVP, Paul Pierce. Where is Ray Allen?